Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us again for another lesson with our fantastic, always entertaining, and inspiring teacher, Jack Stockin. Thank you for choosing to start your weeks, for starting your Mondays with us. I'm not not bundled up to join Jack on the slopes. We just got back. We were stuck in the car. There was some, I guess, an accident of some sort. So the the office is freezing. So hoping that this lesson will warm things up for me. I hope you're staying warm, taking good care of yourself. Hey, Dulcie, TJ, Anita, saw that you're back with us. So happy to have you back after a spell. Everyone who is already saying hi in the chat, Valerie, thanks for the shout out, Sue, Leslie. Just a reminder to most, but an invitation to our newer folks. If you haven't jumped into the chat, if you haven't started responding to Jack's questions or asking him your own questions as the lesson progresses, please do. It's a place where we're allowed to make mistakes, support each other. We all make mistakes. And if you have a question, or even if you make a mistake, it's likely that is a question or mistake that others have or would make as well. So you're doing a service by jumping in. If you need any tech trouble, don't leave that down there. Instead, click on the banner above my head that says click here for support. That has all of our backup links, including a live stream, a private live stream, and our suggestions for what to do. But first thing you can do, just close the web page and try entering again, either from the members page on the website, how you can always access the live lessons and the replay library, the lesson library, or you can enter again from the email that we send you just before each lesson. Margarita's here, Robert and Sue is here, Beetle's here. Let's call our teacher on up to the stage. I'm going to click the record button. And as it's firing up, I would like to ask you to join me in a warm virtual welcome for our teacher. Let me find him. All right. I clicked on Jack. Here he's coming. The recording is active. Jack is ready to go. Fantastic, Jack.
I wonder where I am, Bashir. I don't think I'm in Harrogate.
I from your background, you could be anywhere, but you're dressed for the slopes. So yes, I'm only disappointed that we don't have a virtual background behind you of, the slopes going past.
No, sadly not. But I'm not on the slopes at the moment. I'm in the hotel bedroom. But I'm in Zermatt, yes, in Switzerland. Many of you know I run ski bridge holidays. So this is our annual ski bridge holiday. So, yeah, but it's very, very cold, Bashir. Literally minus 15 on the slopes yesterday.
My goodness.
Well, my hands, I don't normally get cold. My hands were frozen.
Well, Jack, don't push yourself too hard. Stay safe out there because we're counting on you. Without you, all of our bridge games are going to, plummet faster down the hill than you do as you're zooming down the. Do they call them double black diamonds and blue square?
Yes. Okay, we have black runs here, but I haven't done a black run yet. But I was in the top ski group. I hate to boast, but I was in the top ski group. They were skiing me quite quickly.
Okay, well, I hope you'll keep to the what is it, the blue and the green.
Yes, blues and the greens for the less experienced. Yes, that'd be the Monday more. That'd be the Wednesday class at 9:30.
Okay.
This is the black run, but actually, and at the end, of course, we'll do the customary view of the, outside the hotel bedroom, the lovely view of the mountain. So we'll do that at the end for those who are interested. It's not compulsory to see where I am on my working holiday.
Sounds good. And so folks watching by replay, sad you can be with us live. Hopefully next week. If you have any questions, just before we get started, go ahead, leave them on the class page. We'll all keep learning together there. And Jack, would it be okay if I leave it to you to wrap things up at the end of the lesson? I'll still be here behind the scenes, but I'm going to see just a quick personal update to everyone.
Yeah,
a number of folks have asked very kindly about my voice issue which is a cyst on my vocal cord. I'm seeing a new doctor on Wednesday and resting up my voice before then. So I'll turn it over to you and then get back to my hot tea and honey and learning alongside everyone else.
Well, thanks, Bashir. And good luck with that on Wednesday. We'll all be
I'll report back.
Thinking of you. And I'm very good at pressing the stop button. So, yes, I can do that at the end. And I'll remember just...
Don't press the stop button and just, take us with you down the slopes. We don't need a virtual background. We want the real thing.
That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? Having like the camera on the helmet and going down the slopes. But yes, and I can't remember. Do I make it small or big, the video, so they can see it at the end?
You could go ahead and make it big. Just
make it big, yeah. Keep it big. Okay. Well, Bashir, after all that, I think I better get down to some work.
Very good. All right, what we're here for. Thank you, everyone, for the well wishes. I'll turn it over to Jack now, and I'll be here behind the scenes. If anyone needs help, you can always find me. Just reply to any of the emails that we send you.
Perfect, Bashir. Okay, bye for now. Well, morning, everyone. Here we are. It's squat and level of the fit. So it's an easier lesson this week. Obviously, we have different types of lessons on the intermediate. Last week was one of the hardest lessons we did, probably the hardest. Duplicate pairs and tactics, lesson 4, doubling and saving. This is one of the easier ones, squat and level of the fit, but very useful. Let's get going. And a warm welcome if you're watching in replay as well. Just a quick resume of who's who at the table. Go through this fairly quickly. Of course, North is the opener. Sorry, West is the opener. East is responder. Both North and South are overcallers, known as overcaller 1 and overcaller 2. Yeah. I prefer to say it that way because if you say responding to an overcall, it gets confusing. Yeah, I think you all know 5-card suit golden rule, at least 2 honors in the suit. Just 6 or more points if you're not vulnerable. So that'd be a classic 1-spade overcall. Takes away bidding space from the opponents. It'd be a bit frisky vulnerable. At pairs, I'd probably risk it. Yeah, but it's a pretty flimsy. Vulnerability is key to overcalls. And I was discussing with Kath and Philip, 2 of our regulars on here. What was I discussing with them? Yes, the E word, experience, is the key with vulnerability. You can't teach, when to bid with vulnerability. If you have 2 5-card suits, you'd bid the high ranking one, Maggi. Yeah. High fives. But it does take bidding space away from the opponents, you see. It's so much harder for West to bid now if you've overcalled 1 spade. Would you overcall 1 spade on that? What have we got? 10 points? No, you pass. Only 1 honor. Despite having 10 points, I would pass with that. Okay. To overcall a suit at the 2 level, you need to be slightly stronger. A 5-card suit with at least 3 honors, or a 6-card suit with 2 honors. A minimum point count would be 8. A useful guideline is the squat test. Suit, quality, overcall test. Some improvers confuse it with the rule of 14. No, that's purely for responder to an opening bid. So what squat is, you add the number of cards in your 5-card suit to the number of honor cards in that suit. They must equal or exceed the number of tricks bid. So let's put that into practice. Would you overcall 2 hearts on that hand there? Or not? Or would you pass? Be honest. Yes, we all wish Bashir good luck with his operation on Wednesday. So it's tempting. Quite a lot of club players would overcall 2 hearts on that, but not only do we fail the suit quality overcall test, but the shape's not good. 5-3-3-2. Experienced players, they don't like to overcall at the 2 level on 5-3-3-2. Yeah. Most experienced players, experts, like to have a 6-card suit or some shape. 5-4-3-1. So we definitely pass it. Fails squat. So I would apply the squat test here. You've got a 5-card suit. 2 honors in that suit only comes to 7, but you're hoping to make 8 tricks in 2 hearts, so you fail by 1, so I would pass with that one. Not suitable for a takeout double either. with the length in spades and the shortage in diamonds. Yeah, just go quietly. It's an underused bid pass for some players. We're going to go straight into hand 1 on BBO. Let's have a look. Where is it? There it is. So 1 heart on a rule of 20. 11 points and a 6 and a 3 shape adding up to 20. Would you overcall 2 diamonds? Not suitable for double, of course, with nothing in clubs, but would you overcall 2 diamonds on that one? The North hand with 11 points. So we apply this spot test. It's a 6-card suit with 2 honours adding up to 8. We're hoping to bid 2 diamonds, which is 8 tricks. So yeah, it's a 2 diamond overcall. And would you bid anything with the East hand, responder or not? Would you pass or would you bid something? You would have. Yeah, your bid hasn't changed. I think nearly all of you are bidding 2 hearts. Well done. 3 cards support 6 to 9 points. And back to South. Would you overcall 2 spades with that hand? Or would you pass? I'd be borderline, but I'm non-vulnerable. I do tend to be more, definitely tend to be more adventurous, aggressive in the bidding when I'm not vulnerable. I really do. So we can bid 2 spades here. It does pass squat. We've got 10 points. And crucially, we got a 5-card suit with 3 honours. Did some of you think the 10 wasn't an honour? You thought wrong. The 10 is an honour card in bridge for overcalling purposes. So fine to bid 2 spades. West. Well, I think I can compete with 3 hearts. Only 7 losing tricks, but they've got a 6-card suit and they're not vulnerable. I'd be bidding 3 hearts with that. Back to North. What would you bid with the North hand now after partners bid 2 spades? What level would you bid at? Clearly, North doesn't have to bid in a lane. No, it's non-forcing. Change of suit as overcaller is by default is non-forcing. So are we going to bid 3 spades or 4 spades? Place your bet. And what do you think if you're watching in replay? Glad I bought my my makeup lamp with me. Look how dark it is when I turn it off. So I have a little lamp, like a circular light that I bring with me when I travel. I'd be bidding 4 spades with that. I'm loving that hand. Partners at a decent 5 or 6 card suit. Singleton heart, ace king of diamonds. It's all adding up to a great supporting hand there. And that diamond suit should be establishable as well. So some of you are a little bit cautious there. Even at pairs where you don't bid for borderline games, I'm going to bid 4 spades with that hand. Lovely hand. Ace king of diamonds, ace of spades. It's great. Well, I'm not adding on points for Singleton, Anita, but you know, I'm just kind of putting it into my head that it's a really good thing to have. Some people say 5 points, Anita, but I tend to prefer using losing trick count, but not here because it's overcalling. Right, let's get on with 4 spades. Ace of hearts lead. And what would you do with West at trick 2? So West has cashed the ace of hearts. What would they do at trick 2? And by the way, I should have made a plan. I have actually made a plan already, but we'll come on to that in just a second. But next question for those watching in replay and those watching live this morning, Monday morning, the 13th of January. If I said the words "if in doubt" to you, would that help? If in doubt. What's the rest of the rhyme? We were talking about it yesterday in the bridge session. Trump about. Yes, I would switch to a trump here with the void in hearts. Okay, so which route are you going to go down here? I'm going to give you a choice of 3. You could draw trumps. You could try to rough hearts in dummy. Or you could establish diamonds. Which of those three routes do you think is best to try and make as many tricks as you can? So you're going to draw trumps now, rough hearts, or set up the diamonds. Not that easy. I will be giving you a clue in a minute. But yes, we're having the most, we've actually been the luckiest group ever, I think, here. It snowed for 2 days before we arrived. We arrived on Saturday afternoon, and it's going to be 5 or 6 days of sunshine. Sorry to tell you about that. But I felt it was my duty. Right. Well, actually, if I said the words gold and dust to you, might that be a clue? You might change your mind. So actually, we're going to go for the diamonds. Look. If diamonds divide 3, 3, we're going to make loads of tricks. Even if they divide 4 and 2, we're going to make extras. And remember, when you establish the suit, you need to do it early on, early doors. Not really, Cindy. So we've got 4 trumps in dummy, you see. We've got plenty of entries to the diamonds. Now, we've got a lovely 9-card fit. Which one do we play from hand? Clearly, we're going to trump this diamond, but which one do we trump with? Yes, and it's good to have a slightly easier lesson. We've had 1 or 2 tricky ones recently. Certainly the duplicate pairs tactics last week. Yeah, we need to trump high, of course. Don't send the boy to do the man's job. We can go to dummy with the ace of spades. And where are we throwing away? Trump another diamond. High. Leave out the 9 of spades clearly, but those diamonds are both winners. So we can trump a heart in the dummy. Play out our 2 diamond winners. Look, there's 2 extra tricks there. Yeah, club can go. They would trump in at this stage and switch to a club. But we've got a ace of clubs, look. Can rough a losing heart in dummy now. And another winning diamond, of course, to dispose of the losing club. So we're actually going to make 11 tricks, I think, here, which is going to be the top score. If you were playing duplicate, because a lot wouldn't have been in 4 spades, and a lot wouldn't have made 11 tricks. So very well done if you went for the diamonds first. You still got your heart rough in, but you made 2 extra tricks from diamonds, you see. And you got a heart rough in. That's why we made 11 tricks. It's amazing, isn't it, the power of the long suit. And if diamonds had been 3-3, we'd have made 12 tricks. Good. Okay. Oh, they're the same, Jilly Mac. No, sorry. Yeah, pairs and duplicate are the same. Duplicate pairs. Yeah, it's just so when I say pairs, everyone, I mean duplicate pairs. It's like a shortened version. I want to say Cynthia T is asking, is gold dust always the preferable play? Depends from hand to hand, Cynthia. I couldn't tell you that as a blanket rule, but most of the time, establishing the 5 or 6 card suit will give you more tricks. Most of the time. Let's go back to the classroom. Where are we? Yeah, vulnerability comes into both overcalling and supporting overcalls. Oh, sorry, Magic's got a question. No, the gold dust can be in either hand, Magic. Mostly it'll be in the dummy, the gold dust, just the way it works. But you could also have a, 2-suited hand as declarer. You could be 5-5, in which case you would trump the 5-card suit in dummy. Yeah, so the gold dust can be in either hand. Normally you'll find out it's in dummy. So vulnerability, be more cautious when vulnerable and more frisky when not vulnerable. There are no hard and fast rules about vulnerability. And again, it's the E word. But be more ready to pass when your hand has poor shape and few points. Talking 5-3-3-2, 4-3-3, the pancake. Right, let's just practice our suit quality again. Would you overcall 2 diamonds here? No one's vulnerable, but the same if we're vulnerable. Morning, Christine, Barbara, Margarita, B from Nesborough. Barbara was watching the football, I think. Leeds, Harrogate. Yes, I wasn't there to watch it. I couldn't watch it on TV. I would have done. I think it was 1-0 to Leeds in the end, in the local derby. Gilly, Mac, Rosemary, Vivian, all bidding 2 diamonds. And they're all right, of course. Assumpta from Ireland. Should we have a look at the answer? Yeah, 6 diamonds and 2 honours. There's 8. Equals the number of tricks bids. You're fine to bid 2 diamonds. Good. Morning, Rosemary. Would you overcall 1 spade here? Vulnerable or non-vulnerable, it wouldn't make any difference to me. What are we doing next week? Next week, I'm back in town. Ooh, very interesting next week. So this lesson comes in 2 parts, really. So this lesson is on overcalling and level of the fit, really up to and including 9 points. We'll look at that shortly. Next week is the very useful unassuming Q-bid convention, which is how you support overcalls with 10 or more points. So these 2 lessons go hand in hand. What are we doing? Most of us bidding 1 spade, are we, in a live chat box? Not all of us. But the 10 is an honour card. So I would bid 1 spade there, even vulnerable. Oh, Jackie, better late than never. Glad to see you've been doing your hoovering and cleaning the bathroom and whatever else you do with your housework. Yeah, so 1 spade's fine there. Can't come to much harm, really, can it? No one's really going to double you in 1 spade or leave you in it. Okay, 1 spade. This time you've got 13 points and 6 clubs. What would be your overcall here? Yeah, so this lesson comes in 2 parts, really. Next week is, this week we're going to look at level of fit with weak hands. Next week is how you support your partner's overcall with strong hands. So it's handy that they're coming back to back. Next week's a harder lesson, I'm assuming Q-bid. Some of you are falling into my trap. There you go, look, falling in. But luckily I put out a rope ladder, so you can climb out again. Yeah, so level of the fit doesn't tell you what level to bid. It just tells you if you're okay to bid at the minimum level. 3 clubs here would be a weak jump overcall, by the way. 5 to 10 points and a decent 6 or 7 card suit. Some of you fell into the trap. I had laid it out for you. Squat only says you overcall at the lowest level. Just because you got 4 honours doesn't mean you get carried away and bid 3 clubs. That'd be a weak hand. 5 to 10. 4 clubs would be like an 8 card suit, Robertson suit. Yeah, an 8 card suit to bid 4 clubs there. Preemptive. Good question from Robertson Sue. Part of our 3 or 4 double acts. Julia Q, Valerie bidding 2 clubs. Well done. They may have changed their minds. Here's another one. 1 club. I've overcalled 1 diamond, 5 card suit. East has bid 1 heart. What next for South, if anything? 7 points. Does South have a bid in as overcaller 2? I'll also be giving the beginners class 9:30 on Wednesday. I'll be hosting that live from here, and the improver class at 11 o'clock on Wednesday morning. So what are we doing then? For the improvers, we're doing a very good lesson. We're doing signaling on Wednesday morning at 11 with the improvers. Most of you passing, I think, in the chat box. Anita L, KTP, Sally AD. Yeah, you don't have a 5 card suit. 1 spade would show a 5 card suit here. Good, you're going nowhere fast. Okay, part 2 of this lesson. Margarita, I do believe you, saying she miscounted. Part 2, we've looked at overcalling now, is supporting partners overcall. So given the partner will always have 5 cards, you should support with 3+ cards and 6 or more points, although it can be less than 6, just depending on shape and vulnerability. Could sometimes be 0. but 6 would be a guideline. Okay, so we bid to what we call the level of the fit, which is add the number of cards in partner's 5-card suit to the number of cards you have in support. Then bid to that level. Good question from Mike and Irene, another of our double acts from Edinburgh. Do you need to have an honour? No, not when supporting partners overcall, Mike and Irene. No, just 3 little cards will do. Yeah, or 4 little cards. Yeah, because you see your partner's got the suit quality, so you don't have to have it as well. That's a good question there. So that'll clear that up, hopefully. Yeah, so it's partner's got the suit quality. You just need to have 3 or 4 cards. And very important, of course, only the overcalling side bid to the level of the fit. Opener and responder bid very differently. Okay, so here we go. So with 3 card support, you'd bid 2 spades after partner's 1 spade overcall. If you had 4 card support, you'd bid to 3 spades, knowing you've got 9 cards between you. 9 tricks. If you got 5 card support, 10 cards between you, bid to that 10 trick level. Bidding to spoil. Okay, let's put the theory into practice. What number of spades would you bid there after I've overcalled 1 spade? And of course, bid it with confidence. Don't bid it nervously as though you expect to be doubled. You'll rarely be doubled, by the way, especially at the 2 and the 3 level, because the opponents won't want to double you into game. But if you do a confident 3 spades there with a bidding box, which I would do, you're less likely to get doubled. But it does take away a lot of bidding space. And remember, even if you go 1 or 2 down, the expression 1 down is good bridge, isn't it? The students rather like that one. Jackie's got a question. What is the minimum points to support partners overcall? Well, I've said 6+, but I mean, really, it's 0 to 9, I would say, for the intermediates. So to bid 3, let's have a look. Yeah, 3 spades is the right answer, of course. I would say 0 to 9. But obviously, if you've got, 5 points or less, you'd need to have some shape and be not vulnerable. Okay, so just use your discretion. Let's go on to hand 2 on BBO. And here it is. It's a 1 spade opening from east. You're all going to overcall 2 hearts by south because it's a lovely looking suit. And what next for north? With their 5-card heart suit to the 9. Yeah, I mean, we're non-vulnerable, but even if I was vulnerable, I would be making the same bid. Oh, morning to Tony Mack in Chelsea, Misty, Barbara, of course, has been watching the football, Pauline, Judith, Beetle, who likes to swim in the North Sea. Are you swimming in the North Sea at the moment, Beetle? Might be a bit cold. Gillian, KTP, all bidding to the level of the fit here. Yeah, Scotty, local to Harrogate. Julia Q, not too far away. Jane H. Yeah, Robertson Sue. Manjit. Unassuming Cuban Manjit, you need 10 or more points. We'll look at that next week. But even if I have 5-card support, I wouldn't bother with an unassuming cubid. I'd just go straight to game. Okay. And what would be the opening lead? What's the opening lead? Let's practice that. Well, are we looking at the bidding? East, your partner did bid 1 spade. I think we ought to keep partner in a good mood by leading a spade, Fred. Yes, well done. Jill leading a middle up down spade. Yeah, Louise. Yeah, no. Jack of diamonds would normally be the right lead if partner hadn't bid, but we need to keep partner happy by leading a middle up down spade. Yeah. Would I play the king or would I play the 8? Well, some people do lead away from aces. I have to say, in my bridge club, well, the session I play in the afternoon, they do, some of them lead from aces. They're very naughty. They should be doing my lessons. So for that reason, I'm going to put the king up. You'll know at your bridge club who those naughty people are who underlead an ace, the cardinal sin against trump contracts. They'd continue with a spade. And remember to play the 7 here. That's really important. Middle, up, down. Otherwise, mud. Otherwise, partner thinks you've got a doubleton. And they'd be very disappointed when you turned up with 3. Although they wouldn't say it because they're too polite. Right. Interesting. So we're back in play. We're not quite back in play. We need to play a diamond switch. Right. We're back in play now. Which card does Declarer play from Declarer's hand? Specifically, which card do you think? So we need to draw trumps. Obviously, that's the thing to do. There's no rush to create a diamond void here. And if you did, you'd get over-ruffed. So we need to go to dummy. The diamond void can wait because there's so many trumps in dummy. That's important. So well done if you played the 4 or the 3 of clubs to get to dummy. Okay, and which heart should we play from the dummy, do you think? Yeah, if you tried to ruff diamonds, you'd get over-ruffed and go down. Which heart? Do you think it matters? Jane Holbert, good morning. Dulcie. Of course, said hello to Maggie. Yeah, much better to play the 9. Because when second player plays low, you can run it. The advantage of that is if hearts were 3-0, they're not, but if they were, you'd be in dummy to repeat the heart finesse. Otherwise, you've got no way of getting to dummy. So well done playing that 9. Continue with the king. Good, definitely finesse there. Remember, with 10 cards, missing the king, always finesse. Yeah, if you've only got 3 missing, including the king. The rhyme doesn't apply to the king. Right, now we can just ruff the diamonds in dummy, and we're actually on the home straight. I'm going to do it quite quickly. We're just literally doing a bit of a cross ruff now. We're just going to quickly do that to make the rest of the tricks. There we go. Melissa, good morning. Sarah, Jane H. Nice to see you in inverted commas. So there we go. 4 hearts. Just made. Good. 4 spades, we've got at least 1 down. Maybe 2. Right, let's go back to the classroom. Yeah, so the rhyme, Jenny, 8 ever, 9 never, that only applies to the queen. 8 ever, 9 never. Just to be clear, that only applies when you're missing the queen, not the king. Shauna's got a question. Someone asked about what doubling into game meant. Well, that means, Shauna, if you're saying 3 spades or 2 hearts and you're doubled and you make it, then you get doubled into game. So 2 hearts doubled becomes 4 hearts. 3 spades doubled becomes 4 spades making. Yeah, that's what the expression is. You've been doubled into game. Hope that makes it clear. Yeah, so if you're doubled in a part score, but it gets you into game, then that's known as being doubled into game. Something to avoid. Obviously. Okay, so 1 heart, you've overcalled 1 spade. 2 spades would be a weak jump overcall, of course, showing 6 cards. That's a different lesson. Partner's gone 2 spades, 3 diamonds by East. Would you bid 3 spades on this one? And vulnerability is irrelevant. You could be vulnerable or not. Yes, there is someone in the class who doesn't like me using the word, the E word, but actually quite a few of you, I was just talking to Kath and Philip, they were mentioning it yesterday. I think you quite like the E word, most of you, for experience. And you can't teach experience, that's the point. You know, that just comes with playing bridge for a long time. Right, you are bidding 3 spades? Yes, because you've got 9 between you. You're bidding to the level of the fit. Oh, Navin. Morning, Navin. Are you new? I'm not sure I've seen a Navin before. We do, of course, get new members joining us this time of year. We've recently had a promotion to encourage your friends and new members to join the classes. So you've got a 6 spade, you've got 9 between you. So you can bid 3 spades there. Unlikely to get doubled. And even if you go 1 or 2 down, better than them making 3 diamonds. Good. Nothing to do with points, just number of spades. Let's go back to BBO. And we'll just talk briefly about Bridgemaster. Well, no, maybe do that another time, Bridgemaster. Right, so 1 club I've overcalled 1 heart. East has bid 1 spade. At what level do we bid to the hearts now with our 6 points? Linda, good morning. Anita's joining us again. Ita from Ireland. Yeah, all bidding to the... Yeah, I think you're getting a hang of this level of the fit. Ooh, there's a piece of chocolate cake. We're bidding to spoil. Yeah, I wouldn't expect to make 4 hearts there. Yes, no, Elaine said, I'd still bid the level of it, even though I have minimum point count, Elaine. Because the thing is, if you've only got 10 or 12 points between you, you may get double, but the opponents have got game on. And they might even have a slam on. So no, I wouldn't say you'd get hammered in the imps at all. No. Level of the fit is very useful. Also, I mean, even if I had like no points here and I was not vulnerable, I'd be bidding 4 hearts, by the way, because that's a great hand with a singleton spade. So even if I had 0 points, nil point, I'd be bidding 4 hearts here, not vulnerable. No, not when you're bidding to level of the fit, Jill. Because the opponents must have 4 spades on. They might even have a slam on here. And even if you're doubled, if you're not vulnerable, you can afford to go 3 down. That's only 500. If the opponents are making a vulnerable game, 4 spades would be 620. So duplicate pairs, yeah, it's worth doing. Yes, they'll probably bid 4 spades, Robin and Sue, but, you know, it's a lot higher for them. You know, it's uncomfortable. They might not, you know, might only have 3 card support. Right, let's play hand 4 on BBO now. Sorry, hand 3. Hand 4's coming up later. One spade opening. And would you overcall 2 clubs on the west hand? Not vulnerable? The answer is yes. Passes suit quality. You've got 8 points almost minimum. Whether I do it vulnerable or not, dubious. I probably just would with the shape 6-4, but not vulnerable. Yeah, for sure. You got passing squat there. 6 card suit and 2 honors. I know what you meant, Amanda. It's okay. Now, does North bid anything? They've got 7 points. Would North bid or would North pass? Depends slightly on your methods, by the way. So I imagine that most of the class would pass. However, some of you or your partnerships would play negative doubles. Yeah, Gerald and Manjit will play negative doubles. And Sean, yeah, so a negative double here, if you're playing them, promises 4 hearts. Okay, but let's not go down that route. I'm not teaching negative doubles right now because they are for more experienced partnerships. And you can get into an awful mess if you start getting it wrong. I'd just do it on 6 points or more, Manjit, to make a negative double. But no, I'm not teaching negative doubles right now. I'm not that keen to do it. East will bid 3 clubs. South bids 3 spades. West, I would actually pass with a West hand. Anything more from North, do you think? So South's bid 3 spades. Would you bid again with the North hand, responder? Oh, hi, Jay Granger. Are you new? I don't think I've seen a Jay Granger in the chat box. It's always nice to say hello. And welcome new members to the classroom. You might be watching in replay as a new member. 3 spades shows a very good hand, Anita. A good 6-card suit. They've come in vulnerable. 16 plus points. So I'm definitely bidding 4 spades here. Oh, it's Julie G. Okay. Identity crisis. Yeah, I mean, given that you might have no points at all, you've got the Queen X of spades, you've got a doubleton. Yeah, it's you've got a lot of useful cards there. And actually, South's showing a very good hand to come in vulnerable at 3 spades on their own sim. And the opening lead would be what? It's the only annoying thing about doing a lesson over here. I'm quite happy to bring you live lessons when I'm on personal holidays or working holidays, but it's always an hour on, of course. So I'm an hour late to the slope. So that's okay. I don't have to feel too sorry for me. I'll be doing plenty of skiing this week. But yeah, it's an hour plus always if I'm in France or Switzerland. Or Portugal, where we'll be in the summer. Yeah, Singleton lead. I've made my plan, actually. Which card am I going to play from Declarer's hand there? I'm in Zermatt, Julia, in Switzerland. Hotel Alex. Lovely hotel. If you're ever thinking of coming skiing, Hotel Alex is the place to be. Right, which one am I going to play? We going to play. Yeah, well, I'm feeling slightly cheeky. And really, it costs nothing to drop the King of Hearts there. It's a trick that occasionally works. Most satisfying when it does. Yeah, drop the king. Make it look as though you've got the singleton. Of course, partner's not going to be fooled by this. I rather sheepishly now play the 8, but we all have a bit of a laugh. Yeah, I mean, East knows that it must be a singleton. Why would they lead a heart when they've agreed clubs? And clearly, someone is short of hearts. Right, so we're doing quite well with defense, but what does West do now? They've just trumped. They've just trumped a heart. Which card would they play now, do you think? Clearly a club, but which one? Try. Remember, you can only see the dummy. Yes, I'm excited to teach you the unassuming Q-bid next week. Some of you won't have learnt it before. Some will have done. Some will be rusty. It's a convention I don't think comes up very often. Well, normally we'd play the ace of clubs. So the thing that we're desperate to do is to get partner in to play another heart back. And if you remember back to the bidding, look, I can click on here, 4 spades south. We know that East has got 4 clubs. Well, they might have 3, but 3 or 4. So they're odds on to have the king. So the key play here is to play a low club. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going for the 4th highest. You're underleading your ace in the hope that your partner's got the king of clubs. when this hand was played face-to-face before COVID, very few people did that. But then they could only see dummy, you see, so it was harder for them. Obviously easier for you lot because you can see all 4 hands. Yeah, so it's a very crafty play that. You wouldn't normally do that, but the clues are there. Who was that man who did through the keyhole? He used to say that, didn't he? The clues are there in that rather annoying twang. What was his name? I can never remember his name. He put his name to like Indian food. Oh, that's it. Lloyd Grayson. Well done, man. Art. He put his name to some rather tasty Indian dishes, didn't he? Chicken tikka masala pots. Yeah. Very good. Well done. There's a bit of trivia for you. Bit of useless trivia for you. So very good. You've underled your heart. Partner's in with another heart. And it's happy days for the defense. That's a really smart defense, that. Declare just draws trumps now. And claims the rest. I'm just going to draw the trumps because it's polite to do so for my robotic opponents. But yeah, we make the rest. So we're going to claim one down. Good defense. Pip, no, the problem is we play the ace of clubs, so you can never get partner back in again. You know that Declare's probably got a singleton. You have to underlead your ace. There's no point playing the ace of clubs. No, it's not going to work because you need to get partner back in. The key player of that defense was underleading the ace. So you get 2 heart roughs. Good question, though, from Pip. Let's go back to the classroom. Where are we? We're here. Okay, we'll come back to those 3 things, actually. We'll go onto hand 4 on BBO first. Hang on, when I can find it. And then we'll remember 3 things. And then we'll have a little look-see outside for those who want to have a view of the mountain in its full sunshine. Remember, I'm on my own. To finish off, 1 club. Just 1 spade here. Too strong for a weak jump over, call of 2 spades. 2 hearts, high fives. Yeah, we are strong enough to bid 2 hearts there. Passing the rule of 14. We've got 9 points and a 5-card suit, adding up to 14. So very important. Rule of 14 is for responder to an opening bid. Squat, overcalling. Yeah, very different. Some less experienced improvers confuse it. Now, North, what's their bid with 5 points? Sorry, I missed a question there from Robert and Sue. Let me have a quick look. I think the answer to your question, Robert and Sue, is that losing trick count doesn't work if you're balanced. Yeah, you need to use losing trick count. You need 4 card support and balanced. Sorry, unbalanced. Yeah, to use losing trick count. So on that previous hand, that's why North bid 4 spades. They just had values. So 3 spades, level of the fit. Would you bid again with the East hand? Marion P, good morning. V, 14 goes to 3. Not quite sure what that means. Rule of 14, again, V, just tells you when to bid at the minimum level. Doesn't tell you to raise the level. No. Rather like squat. Bid at the minimum level. You wouldn't jump to 3 hearts there. Right. So, yeah, 4 hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4 lose a hand. Anything more for South? The overcaller? Yeah, 4 spades because we've got the extra spade. We know we've got 10 spades between us. Good. Okay, so that's it. 5 hearts. Tempting to bid 5 hearts, but it wouldn't make. Right, so we don't really bid 5 over 4, as we see from last week's duplicate pairs tactics lesson. What does West lead? Choose between the King of Hearts or the 10 of Clubs. Which one do you think? It's a slight lead problem there. Very close between the two. I think some experts would lead the King of Hearts. Some would lead the 10 of Clubs. I'm going for the 10 of Clubs, actually. We might get a rough. Yeah, but I don't mind the King of Hearts. Right, well, looking at the dummy, I'm kind of thinking, what am I thinking? I'm thinking that got to draw trumps, really. Cheapest of honours. Throw the jack just for good measure. It's not fooling East there, who continues noting partners Doubleton. And clearly a 3rd round of clubs there. So that's made life awkward for us. Clearly we need to trump in, but which trump do you think we're going to use? There's 6 to choose from. Which trump would you put in there? I imagine you'll come up with different answers. Well, thing is, we are going to need the ace and the queen of spades here. We're really going to need the ace of spades. We'll be wasting a trick, and the queen of spades could be wasteful too. So for that reason, I'm going to chance the 8, hoping I can't be over-ruffed. Okay? Luckily, there's a signal for a heart. The 8. Yeah, so that was quite fortunate. But we do need to keep the ace and queen of spades. They are valuable cards. V says I looked. V, that's cheeky. Now what do we do? Having trumped in, we've escaped a bit of pain there. Which card do we play from our own hand? Next week, the unassuming Cupid. Wednesday morning, a very useful lesson on signalling, which is suitable for intermediates and improvers. Yeah, we need to go to dummy with a heart. And we're going to draw trumps. There's no reason not to. Diamond ruffs can wait. When you've got 4 trumps in dummy, or 5, diamond ruffs can wait till later. So which trump should we play? Do you think is best? Won't help you to look at the East-West cards. Which trump is technically right? Well, really, the jack here, because you might be able to pick them up if there's 3 to the king 10 there. So jack of spades. East resists the temptation to follow. Sorry, to cover. No point covering when your partner's got only 1 trump left or started with a singleton. So there's no point covering with a king. Draw the ace. Yeah, suit combinations are tricky, Amanda. Now we can get on with the diamond ruffs. What do they play? They can come back a heart, but we ruff, of course. And we just cross ruff the last 2 tricks, look. Cross ruff the last few to make our contract. Queen of diamonds, which will be, it's going to be a good result. There we go. 4 spades made. 5 hearts would have been 1 down. So a good sacrifice, but there was no guarantee 4 spades was going to make. Yeah, that's why we didn't bid 5 hearts. because 5 hearts would be doubled. But yeah, there's no guarantee that 4 spades is making there. And the opposition had no particular need to double it either. Good, okay, so that was 4 spades made. Just let's remember a few things. Hang on. Okay, to use squat to tell if your suit has enough quality to overcall. Be careful if you're vulnerable. Secondly, to overcall at the 2 level, you need a 5-card suit with at least 3 honors. I mean, also, people do often ask me what you need to overcall 1 no trump. Well, I don't like overcalling 1 no trump on 5-3-3-2, even if I pass squat. So most experienced players, there's the E word again, they prefer a decent 6-card suit to overcall 1 no trump. Yeah, that's the advice. Or 5-4-3-1, bit of shape. Or the 2 club Landy convention. Oh, bye, Marion P. Has to go. Probably got a delivery. Yeah, or you can use your Landy with 5-4 in the majors. Finally, bid to the level of the fit when responding to partner's overcall. Number of trumps equals number of tricks. Just before you go, it's 11. Actually, it's 10:26 your time. I'm an hour on. Is there a time when you wouldn't bid to the level of the fit? Let's just have a quick question before we go. I'm going to show you the view in a minute outside the bedroom window. But just let's discuss level of the fit. Is there a time that you wouldn't bid to the level of the fit? You know, if it said bid to 4 hearts, would you sometimes bid to 3 hearts? What might make you do that, do you think? Because there are times when bidding to the level of the fit is not correct. Vulnerable, yes, but what else? Janie, see you next time. Yeah, so just be a word of caution. There was a man I taught years ago, Anthony, he was called, in Harrogate. He came back to me. I taught him level of the fit. He said, Jack, the level of the fit told me to bid to 4 spades. I was doubled and went for 1,100. So I said, oh, what? Do you want your money back? Don't give refunds, being a Yorkshireman. Anyway, we had a bit of a laugh about it. But I told him that no, the time you wouldn't is if you're flat as a pancake. Okay? So be very careful, everyone. If you're 4-3-3-3, flat as a pancake and vulnerable, and just queens and jacks, maybe 5 or 6 points, I definitely, if level of the fit said to bid 3 hearts, I'd rain it down and just bid 2 hearts, vulnerable. Yeah, I really would. So occasionally, if you've got horrid shape, poor points, vulnerable, reel it in. It's the same when you're responding, say, to a week 2 opener. So if partner opens 2 spades, vulnerable, I wouldn't bid to 4 spades with 4-card support, 4-3-3 and 5 to 6 points. Now you end up getting doubled. Right, so that's just a word of caution. Let me just give you I'm going to say goodbye, but I'm just going to give a little guided tour of the mountain. Let's just hang on with the video. There we go. So let's go and have a quick look, shall we? For those who want to. Otherwise, I'll be back next week. Unassuming Cupid. Try and avoid showing you my bedroom, which typical man I haven't really managed to unpack yet. Here we go. Oh, that's a view of the room. Now let's go this way. The ceiling's pretty cool, yeah. Taken away the. That's really cold out here, but I can. There you go. There's a view from the bridge. Over there. Hang on. Don't want to lose the laptop. Zermatt, yes. Jackie, in Switzerland, yeah. And it's a beautiful sunny day, as you can see. So there are some perks to my job. Thank you, Margarita. Thank you, Manjit, Julie. Yeah, it's probably a bit similar to what it looks like in Harrogate right now, but without the mountains. Ooh, I'm going to go back inside. It's a bit chilly. Ooh. Pauline hates snow. We're back inside. -15. Well, I better get up to the slopes. Thank you, Smarty, Sue, Vivian, Julia, Robert and Sue. Thank you, KTP. I'm glad you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you, Barbara, all your kind comments. Melissa's off to the dentist. Oh, I thought your appointment was at 2:30, Melissa. Thank you, Shauna. Yes, and keep up the good work with the WhatsApp groups. I'm hoping that the beginners are getting into it now as well, who started in October. Hopefully they're getting involved in their BBO, Shauna. But many thanks for looking after the WhatsApp groups. Thank you, Christine Lewis, Maria. Manjit couldn't find the count lesson. Manjit, send an email via the posting page. Yeah, or contact Bajir. hello@learnbridgeonline.com. Verona, Melissa, Amanda, always pleased to have your company. V. Beginners having a great time. Great, Sean. That's good. No, they're enjoying their lessons. They're quite an intelligent group, the beginners. Thank you, Navin. I think you didn't answer my question, but maybe you're new, maybe you're not. Maybe you're just joining. Maybe you normally watch the lessons in replay. Thank you, Maggie. Always nice to hear from you. We had good fun at the Sandbanks Hotel in May last year, didn't we, with our group? I'll be going there again this year. Maria Keane. Yeah, improvers at 11 o'clock UK time on a Wednesday, Manjit. And that's signaling. So if you need practicing your signals, most bridge players, I would say, would. Yeah, it's nice to have an easier one, B. That's why I did the duplicate pairs tactics once every 4 to 5 weeks. I didn't want to fry anyone's minds. Right, well, I better get going, everyone. So 10:32 your time, I'm an hour on. So thank you for watching. May all your squatting be successful. Thank you, Shauna. Sleep well. Shauna's in North America there. Thank you, Ella. Yes, I better get up. I think the plan is to meet them for lunch in an hour's time. So I've got a taxi coming shortly. I better get my ski gear on. And I'll say goodbye. Actually, yes, it's been really nice having your company. I'll be finishing the lesson today and see you very soon. Bye, Jack's mum.